We always like to forget that bit. Okay, hello, welcome everyone. It's so good to see everybody. I'm really excited for this call. One, because I feel like every year there's this like pressure and this like, oh, January. I'm gonna write down my goals for the year and I'm gonna make them happen. And every year it's like this constant reminder of, yeah, you didn't do that. You can't do that. And we kind of reinforce this message of I can't. And so I think this call is going to be really important for us to understand that like setting your goals in January is not, we're not going over your whole life right now and doing a complete life audit. Okay. We're not reinventing the wheel. We're just going to look at some really simple structural things that we can implement to achieve your goals. Right. So nice, small, steady steps as we've always done. Okay. Okay. So everybody's got their ADHD goal setting system. Not to freak anyone out, there are more packs, but I've deliberately not uploaded them because I want to I didn't want to overwhelm you guys. So I'm gonna release them at the end of this call and you can have a look at them at the end. Okay, so why goals matter. Okay, the reason they matter for us, and I think, Jeff, I think you've made this point before of like, I don't think it's good to permanently be working for goals. Like, I don't think it's good to, like permanently have something that you're striving for. And I get that part of it, but I think goals actually, in the way that we're setting them, are very important. And the reason that I say this is your goals are a sense of who you are, your purpose. Why am I here? What am I doing this for? Right. And it's that kind of momentum, it's that purpose that keeps us driving. If you might relate to this, you might not, or you might have noticed it in someone else. Have you ever noticed when someone's got like a huge event coming up? So maybe you've planned, I don't know, like a wedding, a marathon, exams, big business launch, big idea, whatever it is. You've been working for months, maybe even years at a project. You're like completely laser focused in, locked in to getting it done. And then suddenly it happens. And about a month or two after, maybe even days or weeks after, you feel flat. You feel really all of a sudden just low. Like there's nothing. It's like, oh, well, what now? I noticed this the most. So one of my very, very best friends, she got married. And I'm not kidding. This girl was like on it, laser focused to the point that we arranged her wedding flowers. Like she had like, it was mental. It was absolutely mental. Like the amount of planning that went into this wedding. And she had this huge focus for about a year and a half. And afterwards, she came to me. I remember her coming to me and being like, I feel really embarrassed. She was completely lost, completely overwhelmed, really upset. She was like, I feel really, really embarrassed. I'm completely depressed. I feel like I've got absolutely no purpose in life. I don't know what I'm doing here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I'm starting to hate my job, which she's always loved her job. And I feel really ungrateful because I've got this incredible life. I just had this insane wedding. I've got this most amazing husband, but inside I feel completely empty. And that's not her being, or that wasn't her being ungrateful or kind of or anything like that. It was just simply the way our brains are structured. When we lose the goals and we lose the focus, our purpose goes. And that's kind of what I want to avoid happening with us, right? So the idea here is if we have got permanent sort of goals in place, that things that we're working on towards ourselves, or whether it's business, family, relationship, whatever it is, we've permanently got our purpose to keep us aligned. So when we've got a clear target, so I've written so many notes for this call so I don't forget anything. When you've got a clear target, your brain gets a steady sense of purpose. The dopamine system responds really strongly to pursuit, not just the reward at the end, but the chasing, the planning, the ticking off. That's your brain getting the constant cues of, oh, this is why this is important. This is why this matters. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. So when you have a wobble, you keep coming back to your main purpose, your goal. So in for what we're going to do today, we're going to slightly restructure. It is setting goals, but I want you to think about them as your purpose. This is your purpose in your life right now. Okay. What else? Yeah. So when you've got, I think I've kind of gone over this, but when you've got one clear target, your brain gets a steady sense of purpose. The dopamine system responds really strongly to pursuit. I've already said that bit. Then the event happens and the target disappears overnight. So there's no next step, no clear urgency, no structure, and your dopamine and noradrenaline drop because the chase ends. So that's essentially what's happening brain chemistry wise. On top of that, if it's something huge like a wedding or something that's got a lot of high stakes, a lot of emotional pressure, launching a business, something like that, you've probably been running a lot from adrenaline and cortisol. So you imagine you've been fueled by that for so long, and then suddenly it's over, your body's going to crash. And so this is why we can sometimes see people get super, super sick when the event's finally over. It's because their body's gone into that rest period, and that's when your immune system starts getting, well, your immune system kicks out basically because you've been running off adrenaline. Okay, so for the purpose of this call, the goals are the scaffolding of our purpose. Okay, so that's what we're gonna feed our brains today. That's to give it your lane. So give it a lane to stick in and drive in. So we're gonna go through today. What am I gonna do? So we're gonna anchor your goals to feelings. We're gonna pick your top 3 priorities, build a low energy plan so that you don't crash. And I'm also gonna run you through, oh, there's so much to go over in this call. Okay, I'm going to run you over loop systems, so kind of typical loop patterns that can come up, which can keep you blocked. I've only included 7. There are so many, but I've just included 7 for this call so that we can just have an idea of them. And then later you're going to see the pack go up on the club and you can look at the loops a little bit more. And then we're going to look at weekly planners and a 6-month tracker. The weekly planners are going to be different depending on which state you're in, which I'm also going to go over and explain. So if everybody wants to open up their ADHD goal setting pack and open page 1, please. I feel like a teacher. Page 1 in your textbook. Oh, wait, shit. Let's just make sure no one else is trying to get in. Participants. No one else is coming in. Are they? No one's in the waiting room. Okay, fine. We can carry on. Exit that. Okay, so are you all on the page? Oh my God, this is where I've probably really messed up. Is it the first page, which is 5 things that are working, 5 things that are draining me? Yeah, great stuff. So open that page up. So we're going to look at 5 things that have worked, that you know work for you first. Okay, so I just want you to take a few minutes here and write 5 things that are working. That's it. The reason this matters is I think a lot of times, or like in the past, we're quite used to running on shame. I should be doing more. Oh, I should be able to do this. Everyone else can do this. Why can't I? We want to try and remove that. And so, because if we're running in that system of I should be able to do this, why am I like this? You're keeping your brain in that threat loop. You're keeping your brain in that fight or flight state. You are not going to be able to achieve your goals if you are feeding your brain more of what it thinks about you. Does that make sense? Okay, so actually, I'm just going to share my screen and share the example pack that I made earlier. Oh. Can everyone see the screen? Great. Okay. Okay, so just ignore the what's draining bit for now. We're just going to look at what's working. Oh my God, that's such big text. If you haven't printed out the pack, don't worry. Just open up a notebook or a blank piece of paper and you can just write this down on a blank piece of paper. So just header it up, what's working, and then write 5 things down. If everyone can just give me a little thumbs up when you've done that.
Does anyone else have 6 boxes?
Sorry, guys. I saw that and then I was like, why has that got 6? And I thought it was just Canva adding in another one. I was like, nah, it won't be on their pack. Just write 5 for now. It's fine. Or 6. If there's 6 things that are working, great. Add 6.
Charlotte, I'm struggling to think of things that are working for me at the minute.
Okay. All right. So,
Can I add one for you?
yeah.
You're really good at asking out for advice and support, like on the ADHD club.
Yeah.
Oh, is that, thank you. Does that class as well then?
100%. That's
Yeah, I
well.
agree that. Yeah, you're not struggling all on your own. So I think you're taking positive steps. You're helping yourself.
Oh, thank you guys. I didn't even think of that. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You reach out for help when you need it. So that works for you. So reaching out to the ADHD club. What about taking your little sausage for a walk? Does that work for you?
Yes. Yeah, although
My
he doesn't
sausage,
want.
she has a Jackson's, guys. I'm not being weird. God, not that weird, but yeah.
Yeah. Um,
When you're
um,
in a, and this isn't directed just at you, again, this is just in general for anyone that's watching this call back. When you're in a very when you are in a very low place, sometimes actually finding things that do work and the positives can be super, super hard and it can make you feel even more broken. So I want to
mm,
just acknowledge that you're not. It's just the state of mind that you're in right now. There are
yeah.
things that work, but we're just gonna have to work a little bit harder to find them. And that's kind of finding your joy in the day. It takes practice, it takes work. So it can be as simple as or things that work for me, making my cup of tea in the morning, getting
Yeah.
to bed and putting on a fresh pair of knickers, right?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
make it simple. Like it's when you're there, you're there. And
Okay.
there's no, this is living with ADHD, and sometimes we're there. Sometimes, yeah, just even getting out of bed, brushing our teeth is a fucking hurdle.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty, okay. And when everyone's ready, you can move over to what's draining. Okay, and then when everyone's finished, if you can first share one thing that's working for you, because this might also give other people ideas. You can just drop that in the chat. Okay, Jeff. So things that are working, involving others like my son or daughter or friend to body double my projects or tasks. I love that. Claire, improving at resting and taking time for myself, actually planning the time I have to myself to make the most of it. Planning to go to the cinema, do some arts and crafts, read my book for an hour. Amazing. I love that. Callum, speaking to people about how I'm feeling, what's working. Yeah, definitely. It always helps to share. Well, say always. Someone that can hear you without trying to fix you, I think is important. So sometimes we just want a space to vent. So knowing our people that we can go and vent to that aren't going to try and like fix us. Sometimes that can be a little bit more frustrating. But yeah, definitely just talking about it. Okay, and then if everyone wants to just share one thing that's not working, so something you know that just does not work for you. I should have put drinking in there. Red wine. Red wine should have been my what's raining. I think I did 2 days of drinking over the Christmas break, and each day, or like the next couple of days recovering from it, I was like, why did I do that? That really didn't work for my body at all. Steph, sticking to my writing schedule by planning times I can actually do it and set an alarm for an hour at a time. I'm more productive. I usually write for longer and I'm enjoying it, and there is no pressure. I love that. And I love you're still writing. Him feeling seen, understood, and validated by my partner who also has ADHD. Yeah, so powerful. Just to be seen, even just like, yeah, okay, I see you.
Sense. Um,
Okay, draining. Wow, you guys are quick on the drainings. Okay. Um, I'm feeling fairly good, but the energy to keep there feels a little bit overwhelming and maybe a bit of imposter syndrome. Yeah. Draining, keeping up with relationships, friends or family, messaging or planning events. It's just overwhelming. Lack of physical goals to train towards is leaving me a bit wayward. Yeah. Actually, back to what's working is feeling like I'm taking action and joining the ADHD club and not feeling alone. Love that. Callum, needing a plan to know what to do or have a purpose for each day. I really struggle not knowing what I am doing with my day, and having free time feels stressful. Yeah. That Christmas break, I was literally like, who am I? I've lost it. I've absolutely lost the plot. I without my work, I really, without my structure of my day, I really can start to feel, yeah, really wobbly. One thing that really helped me this Christmas, which has been different to all the Christmas before, is I straight away, as soon as I got there, signed up to the local gym for a week. So I paid a week membership. Um, I was there with a friend who's very active, so we were doing different activities. So like I went and signed up for the park run, and I just did things that I would normally do in London, but then copied them down in Devon. So I kept a little bit of my normal routine, and that kept me a little bit more sane. Actually draining, struggling upkeep on the housework and physical exercise. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, all right. So there's our what's working and what's draining. Now, the next page, what am I feeling right now? So don't think about like how you were last week or next week, or I want you to think about how are you feeling right now? So I want you to color this one in. If you haven't got the hard copy, just write 1 to 5. So motivated, focused, overwhelmed, fatigued, scattered, avoidant, lost, energetic. So 1 being you've got little of that energy, 5 being you've got a lot of that energy. Back to another draining one here. My family not understanding me, making me feel like I'm not doing enough, like I should be doing better, and telling me all the shoulds I should be doing and making me feel guilty. They make me feel doubtful of how I'm doing at life, and I'm already doubt it enough without my parents making it worse. Yeah. It's often the ones closest to us that can give the most judgment. And it is coming from a place of love from them. It is a place of fear. They want you to be happy, but they don't realize that sometimes those words can land very differently. So Let me know, guys, when you've done your 1 to 5 on the chart.
Charlotte, would you mind quickly repeating yourself regarding the wheel? I was typing, so I didn't quite get
Oh
what
yeah,
you
no, all
said.
good. So we're going to color in the wheel. So 1 would be you don't have much of that energy. 5 would be you've got a lot of that energy.
Right, okay. Okay.
If that's too overwhelming, just have a look at these words. Which ones jump out the most?
Okay.
And then just write down those words for me on your paper. So how am I feeling? This is reality. Like, where are we at right now? All ready to move on? Yep. Okay. So next page, how do I want to feel? Again, this is a big question. But just take a minute to really think about, okay, how do I actually want to feel in 2026? And if you're really struggling with this, think about how you felt through 2025. And if that wasn't great and it didn't work, what would be the opposite of that? I think the ability to actually assess and look into ourselves and figure out how we're feeling, how we felt, how we want to. This is a skill in itself, and it's something that we can learn to do. It's interoception, so it's kind of looking into yourself. And what we're doing here is we're building it so that you can, when you can start building confidence in how you're feeling and naming it and labeling it, that's signaling to your nervous system that you are safe enough to handle or to be able to manage things going forward. So if we imagine, if you've shaded in, for instance, I'm feeling fatigue. So let's say fatigue is up at a 5, overwhelmed up at a 5, but you're also feeling motivated at a 5. And we go with, okay, well, I'm 5 motivated, let's go with motivated. And we set our goals around motivation, as in we set our goals, big, lofty goals. It's not going to work because you're fighting against your nervous system, because right now, actually, fatigue and overwhelm is going to come first. So being able to label how you're feeling is going to help you with setting your goals. Does that make sense? It's kind of assessing where you're at, what's realistic to me right now. Okay, so if everyone just wants to drop in the chat, just maybe just one top feeling of how they want to feel. The reason that I'd like you all to anchor in on what do I want to feel is this is kind of like a bit of a secret magic tip. If you can anchor in on a feeling to your goals, your brain is going to be more hardwired to remember them and remember why they matter. So in moments that you're having a wobble or you're feeling overwhelmed, you're feeling frazzled, you're going to remember, okay, wait, I said this year I want to feel more calm, coming back to my original goal, and then coming back to your plan of how you get to that goal. We're emotion-led characters. We're not logic-led. We are completely emotion led. So if there's lots of emotion in there and we're anchoring into our core value feeling, you're going to have a more chance of follow through to actually get there, actually get it. Okay, before you go on to what would that look like day to day? What that would look like day to day? That doesn't read right, does it? What would that? Anyway, I'd like you just to write down some answers to a couple of deeper questions. So, if your life felt calmer by March, what would you be doing differently day to day? So if your life was to feel calmer by March, what would you be doing differently? This isn't on the pack, by the way, guys. If you're trying to search for the question, this is just extra questions I'm going to ask just to try and like have a little bit more of a deeper understanding of what's going on. Everyone ready for the next question? I love that, Claire. Chunking things up and not letting things pile up. How do I want to feel? Responding, not reacting. Love that. Fulfillment and confidence in myself. Love that. Sorry, guys, I think I'm going a bit fast, aren't I? I'm just going to come back up to write down how you want to feel. So week is structured and planned. Nope, that's a different one. Kim, like I'm made for this world and can do this life, confident in myself and who I am and in control and stable. I love that. It's where you're going to get. It's 2026. This is where we're going to get you. All right, is everyone ready? So we've just done, if your life felt calmer by March, what would you be doing differently day to day? We've got a few answers back. We've got chunking things up and not letting things pile up. My week is structured and planned. Daily tasks such as cooking, etc., are frictionless. My family is settled into a routine. Anyone else want to add anything? Are we ready for the next question? Are we all ready for the next question? Just give me a thumbs up. Yeah. All right, great. Okay, if you felt capable, what would you finally stop avoiding? Pens to paper quick on that one for some of you. So if you felt capable, what would you finally stop avoiding? Anyone that feels confident enough to share it in the chat. They're getting going on things, projects, admin, work tasks. Yeah. All of the tasks that I say I'll do them later. I'll do them now. Yeah, love that. Don't think, just do. Not to be used when shopping. Okay. If you felt free, what would you be saying no to? Oh, Kim, I love that one. I would stop avoiding work issues and start my own business. Okay, I'm excited. So if you felt free, what would you say no to? Being confident enough to tackle the thing that challenges my confidence, e.g., start my diploma in April. I am genuinely bricking it. You're going to do great, Jeff. We're going to have a resident coach amongst us soon. Putting myself out there with people, work, hobbies. Stop hiding. Okay, if you felt steady, what would your week look like? So if you had all the confidence and the energy and the this and the that, let's like remove all the obstacles that you feel. If you felt everything that you needed to feel, what would your week look like? Let me know if any of these questions are feeling a little bit too ambiguous, like a bit too wishy-washy. I can break them down a little bit more. I would feel confident in my body and go out for a run. I love this, actually. You guys let me know when you're ready for the last question on this bit. So what would your week look like? My week would be structured and allow me time to focus on me. What would you be doing with that time? What is that me time? Jeff, a calm voice, deal with my week like David Attenborough. Oh my God, he'd be so good as a Siri app. Like, I'd love his voice as my Siri. Okay, final question. And this one, just, yeah. What are you tired of carrying that you're pretending is normal?
Sorry, Charlotte, what do you mean by that?
So this is normally what I'm looking at here is like masking behaviors. So if you're carrying something that it might not resonate at all, but if you're carrying something that you're pretending is normal, so for instance, having all the energy and doing all the meal prep and doing all the planning and also being part of the PTA and blah, 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 like and pretending that that's normal for you and it's not. It's costing you a lot of energy. So you're carrying stuff that just isn't for you and you're pretending that it's normal because it's what we should be able to do, right? Like this. Okay. So the next question is what would why is that throwing me so much, that sentence? What that would look like day to day. We've already kind of gone over that with what would my week look like. So everything that you've just kind of written down is kind of, it's in there. So the things that you'd want to go and do, going out for that run, you'd go and do that when you have the confidence, all these sorts of things. This is how we're going to answer that question. Okay, so moving on now to the life area map. Okay, very quickly, I don't want you to overthink this area, okay? And this is not a performance review of your whole life. I just want quick bullet points, 1 to 3 things that matter most to me right now. Okay, it's not like, yeah, we don't need to really deep dive on this. It's just whatever comes into your brain. And it can be as silly as like, I don't know, get to work on time 4 days a week. Like whatever it is to you, right? It doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, actually, I feel that one. To be able to remember everyone's stuff, a mum's task. This is so tiring. Yeah. Why do they have so much shit going on? Okay, so just very quickly, guys, just jot 1 to 3 things in each area that matter most to you right now. So I've given some examples here. So work, career, study, finish what I start. Like there are so many packs in my freaking Canva that I'm like, oh, that'll help people. And I start it and I don't finish it. I'm kid you not, I've probably got about 100 packs in there. So finishing what I start. Less last minute stress, better boundaries with time, home environment, 1 calm zone, less clutter piles, better drop zones. More consistent sleep is a big one for me. I don't know about anyone else, but when it comes to Friday or Saturday, and I know that I don't have to be up in the morning, my brain's like, let's stay up till 3 a.m. doing fuck all. I'm not doing anything. I don't know what it is about. I'm just like, okay, we don't need to do that. So more consistent sleep, protein and movement is always one of my big priorities. Less cortisol living. Relationships, stop over explaining to people my needs. Like if they can't understand them, they don't understand them, that's fine. I need to just meet them for myself. I don't have to explain to everyone how my brain works. Explain to everyone why I might have said something. Those who get me, get me. Those who don't, it's fine. More dates to find a boyfriend. It's one of my main ones for this year. We actually got to go on dates to find a boyfriend. Alrighty, everyone ready? No, okay. So the reason that I get you guys to like section it out like this is I don't know about anyone else, but like I have all these ideas in my head of like what I want to achieve and what I want to do. And there's just so much noise and this permanent kind of like feeling of just, I know what I want to achieve, but actually being able to see it like this makes it a lot more manageable. So there's just 3 nice little chunks in there that I'm like, right, okay, well, I can get more consistent sleep. And that just means, oh, I'm going to set my alarm half an hour earlier to go to bed. Finishing through and what I start with work, that is something that I can achieve. So rather than it being, I'm going to create more packs for school, it's actually, no, here's how I'm actually going to do it in a simpler way. So yeah, so when everything feels a little bit more structured, so it's what we're trying to do here is just take away the urgency of everything, because when it all feels urgent, it always does. Everything always feels urgent and important. Everything's urgent and important in our lives, right? But that's noise and that's stress, and that is when we can't achieve our goals because you're stressing your brain out even more. So just chunking it down, 3 little nice steps. Hi, Joe. We've started already, but we've gone through, if you've downloaded the pack, which is this one, we've gone through 2, 3, and 4, and we're now on 5. So if you just want to start at 5 with us and then pick up the rest later. Okay, and when everyone's ready, just give me a little thumbs up. Thumb, thumb, thumb. Any more thumbs? Thumb. Okay, we got thumbs all around. We're moving on. All right, so top 3 priorities. Okay, so these are going to be your priorities for the year. Okay, so this is what I would like you to, again, we're going to chunk it down and make it more tangible. Okay, so coming back to the feeling stuff, I want you thinking about your feelings and how I want to feel, make it, make it all kind of relate to each other. So we're going to look at self, structure, and growth in our priorities. So as an example, goal, feel more structured, feel more secure and less sensitive to rejection. That's in my self pack, okay? Why this matters to me. RSD spikes derail me and make me withdraw. The minute I feel rejected, I don't want to do anything. I run away, I hide. So that's really important. It's an important priority of mine for my goals to work on that. Structure. So structure creates sustainable social plans with built-in recovery times. Because I love making all the plans, and then I really regret it when I feel really burnt out after. So doing the social stuff with the built-in recovery, that's an important goal for me. If I overcommit, I cancel, then I feel lonely and guilty. And then under growth, build more connection through small, consistent steps. Why this matters to me, I want community, not isolation. So mine's all quite linked to the same thing. Mine's all quite social, personal. It's all related to the RSD is not gonna help if I can't. Sorry, my growth goal of community and connection isn't going to be able to happen if my self goal is out. Does that make sense? They all feed each other.
Charlotte, for goals for self, I wrote feel more secure and confident in myself and who I am, accept myself and my needs.
Love that.
Rather, like, 'cause I fight myself and I fight my needs all the time, and I still trying to live like neurotypical people. And this matters because I don't know why, but I'm struggling to write why it matters because it just does.
So just repeat your first sentence to me again.
Feel more secure and confident in myself and who I am, and then accept myself and my needs.
Okay, so I'm gonna break those down into 2 because they're 2 very different things. So the first bit, accepting myself and who I am, is going to be growth. Why is it important that you accept yourself? Who's going to benefit from that? What's going to change if you work on that goal?
Well, I will. I'll yeah, I've put that in the wrong bit, haven't I? I've put that in self rather than growth.
No, it's okay. It's still, I mean, as I said, they all link in. It's all about you, right? It's all self, but it all links in. But what's going to change? Why does it matter? Why does it matter that you work on yourself? Why does it matter that you work on growth?
Because I'll just stay as I am and I don't want to.
Okay, now think of the positive outcome. So if you work on this and you feel confident, fully showing up as you, and you're confident in your ability, what's that going to impact? What will
How I
that
live my life.
Yeah.
I'll feel more secure in myself and more confident in myself. And therefore I'll feel like I can do more than I currently do, feel like I can do.
Amazing. And let's get specific. What is that more? What more would you be doing?
I guess things like traveling
I love that.
and
Put that down.
and yeah, should I put that underneath?
Why this matters.
Should I do that under the self or the growth?
Feeling more confident, but maybe self. Yeah, feel more confident in yourself one. And why it matters, because I want to go traveling, I want to go exploring, I want to live my life, I want to have more adventure, I want more fun.
Yeah, I would live my life. Travel. My world would become bigger.
I love this. So more opportunities. This is amazing, Kim. So you see, when you start to gently question what you want, it really becomes clear of actually what I want. This is what I
Yeah,
want. This is why I want it.
yeah,
But sometimes the brain doesn't link those two things together, what you want and why. They're two very different, the brain doesn't always attach them. So it's really important we understand why we want these things. Again, we're linking to the feeling. You want the feeling that I'm confident in my ability. I know myself. I'm going to go and travel and I'm going to have an amazing time traveling and all these new experiences. That's going to make me feel good. I'm going to have more connection. I'm going to meet people. They're your whys. That's the reason you're going to keep driving towards this goal.
Yeah.
So in growth, maybe you could put down small steps to building my confidence, or
yeah,
I don't know, build more resilience to going to new places.
yeah.
Okay, is everyone ready to move on? Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Great. Okay, so for us to achieve our goals of what we want, there are some things that can happen underneath what they normally are. So some subconscious, subliminal blocks. Now, these are normally what kind of trip us up and make our goals not possible. So before we go on to our next bit, which is how we actually get to working on our goals, I just want to go over a few kind of subliminal blocks. These are your the things I was saying before about the loop patterns. So we're going to look at the self-sabotage. So coming back to your goals, the goals that you want to achieve, I just want you to gently ask these questions. So if I succeed at this goal, what will it cost me? Sorry, I've said that question completely wrong. If I don't succeed at this goal, what will it cost me? Other way around, flip it. So if I don't do this goal, what's it going to cost me? Now, a nice one for my RSD sufferers. The biggest people that don't like change are those that are the closest to us. When I first said I was going to change career, I was going from a very high paid career, a very established career, where I was inundated with job offers. And it was very secure. And when I said to my family that I was going to go and try this new thing and I wanted to become a coach and I wanted to go into all this, this new world, my whole family were like, wait, what? No, you shouldn't do that. There was a lot of fear in me changing. So what I want you to gently think about now is, if you achieve this goal, is there anyone around you that might react? So just to be aware, there might not be, which is great, but just be aware if there are people around you that are a little bit, maybe a little bit more negative, a little bit afraid of change. Just think about who they might be and how they might react. Okay, so now if I commit fully to my goals, so if we really say now, okay, I've written these goals down. These are my goals for 2026. This is what I want to achieve. I want you to just gently have a look at what fears come up. What's the internal messaging that is popping up right now when you're saying, okay, I'm going to achieve this. I'm going to actually do this year. What fear is immediately coming up? Or if it's not a fear, what feeling is coming up? I just want you to write that down. If you're happy to share it in the chat, just share it. Just a one word feeling. Procrastination. Yeah. Guilt. Yeah. Big feelings. Scared. Failure. My dyslexia. Feeling or looking stupid. Yeah, these are pretty big feelings. Now I just want you to gently ask, what part of you feels unsafe about that? So those fears that have come up, what is actually feeling unsafe about that? So procrastinating. What feels unsafe about that? What is it about procrastination that makes you feel that way? Dyslexia or feeling stupid or looking stupid. What is it about that that is making you feel unsafe? Am I good enough? Yeah. That's one we can all relate to. Am I good enough? Now, underneath your fear or the, the reason why it makes you feel unsafe, I now want you to, almost like a fact check, I want you to write down why this isn't true. So I want you to think about a time that maybe you have succeeded. These are all so different. I'm trying to get my head around it now. So guilt. So if we start with guilt, what part of me feels unsafe about this? Well, I feel guilty to maybe give my time when maybe I could be spending with my kids or my family. Maybe there's guilt around taking time for yourself. But now question, why is that not true? Because if you take time to work on yourself, surely you'd show up as a better father, a better partner, because you're putting energy back into you. You're building something better for their future. So I want you to just gently fact check what your fear is. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to minimize the fear. Fighting the self-doubt. What is that doubt? Is it a doubt in ability? Is it a doubt in knowledge? That you are a fraud. Yeah. A lot of pretty similar themes coming up, guys. Isn't it interesting that they're all the same? All our fears about ourselves and failure, and we're setting they're all pretty much the same. So if your nervous system attaches a fear to this goal, your brain is going to stop you from doing it. It's going to stop you from doing it because it's going to try and protect you. So we have to work on those feelings that are coming up, softening them, making them smaller, fact-checking them, gently reframing them so that the brain can go into it a little bit more easily. There's always someone better than you. Do you know what, actually, the other thing, I think there is always someone better, right? Like, there is. But better is to whose opinion, right? There is probably going to be someone with more knowledge, with more confidence, with more skill, with more talent. Or looks, or whatever it is we're comparing it to. There will always be someone, but they're not you.
Yeah, I think that's more related to like my I guess generational RSD from my parents, and that thing of always needing to do always your very best, especially when I was at school. Always main thing is you do your best, but then when your best doesn't get you the grade that you feel you should have got, or got the thumbs up, or that acceptance from people you thought you would get accepted from. I think that's still, even when I work on my design projects and things, it's just always that that thing going back from when I was a kid.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. What you're describing there, I think it's a very common kind of pattern that we all have. Ages 0 to 6 are the blueprint of all sort of the foundations of who we are as people. And children, they're like sponges. They're going to take in everything about themselves. They're going to take in everything around the world, all between those ages. So if the main kind of messaging is you're not a good person if you're not hitting straight A's, but you're trying your best and your effort is A star, but the grade doesn't match, then suddenly we have a child that feels that they are not quite here. They know they probably could get there, but they're not by that standard. And that, unfortunately, is the way that most of us were educated, and it's so backwards and it's so distorted, because most of the clients I work with that are super successful individuals, they don't have GCSEs and A levels and university degrees coming out their ears. They're super financially successful. I think the schooling system has done a number on a lot of us ADHDers. I think with that there's, hang on, my mind's going off in different tangents now. So again, we need to just gently question what's factually true about that. So Ashley, right now, what grades do you need to be hitting to make you lovable, to make you worthy, to make you enough? None. Absolutely fucking none. So gently talk to her. Go back to her. Tell her she's great just the way she is, even with a D on the math paper, whatever it is. She doesn't need that anymore. She can rip up that paper. I'll message you. I'll message you separately. There's some deeper stuff we can do on that. But anyway, okay. So now, what time are we on? Shit, it's 8:30 already. Okay, right. Okay, we've got a lot to go through. Okay, all right. So quickly going over to the loops. I haven't added them yet. So this is now about once you have your goal in place, we're going to be setting a plan of like, okay, how am I actually going to get there? Great to have the idea. We need the follow through. That's what most of us lack. Okay, so follow through. No, we're not looking at follow through. We're looking at, oh no, wait. Oh wait, which pack is that on? Okay, ADHD loops. Here they are. Zoom, screen, share screen. Okay, these are not all of them, guys. I'm going to upload a full pack of all of them. These are just some of them, and I just want you to have a little look at them and see which ones you feel relate the most. So these are some loop patterns, not all of them. So overwhelm freeze. So it's when everything is too much. Everything's too much. It's all too much, and the brain just completely shuts down and goes, well, you know what? Fuck this, I'm out. So that's the overwhelm freeze. Then we've got planning as procrastination. The person that absolutely loves a plan, solid A star for the most insane template and all the plans in place, but then there's absolutely no start line. The perfectionist paralysis. So everything has to be perfect or I'm not doing it at all. All or nothing crash. So you're going in super, super hard and then you're burning out and then the brain doesn't want to enter into that again because that was tough. So that's all or nothing thinking, polarized thinking. The time blindness spiral. So you've set the goal, you've got everything ready to go and you've completely underestimated the time and you've kind of set yourself up to fail. The shame hangover, slip once, spiral stop. So this is kind of like the, oh, I'll do that. And then we don't. And then the shame builds on top of more shame. And it just, yeah, it never ends. And then big ideas, no follow through. Novelty fades. So you start strong and you're like, oh my God, it's happening. This is the time. This is it. This is the day that I finally launch that business. And it's all go, go, go until it gets to nitty gritty and you drop it. Okay, so just have a look at those loops and just, if you can just put in the chat which number you feel relates most to you right now. Can't I see anyone anymore? Okay, 7, 7, 4, 4, 7. 7's a fun one. 5 and 1, 3, 1 and 6. Now I feel like I'm at the bingo. Okay, so yeah, we've all got some pretty similar repeat patterns going on there. When I share the full pack of these guys, you're going to be like, oh my God, there's going to be so many aha moments of your thought pattern loops. Okay, so these are typically what's going to stop you from having follow through. So when you're setting your goals, here's where your brain is most likely to take you. So I just want you to note down your quick thought spirals, not the whole thing, but just, if it's number 7, just put no follow through. If it's number 2, planning no action. Just jot it down. What is my biggest loop gap that is going to stop me from achieving these goals? Your loop, so the loops that you are on, is not your personality. This is not who you are. It's just a nice brain pattern that your brain likes to take you on. We can change it. We've proven that through neuroscience, or sorry, neuroplasticity to be more specific. So we can train the brain to go on to different loops. But first we have to recognize the loop that you are on. So if setting a goal that's nice and big and scary, you then go to do it and you have no follow through, your brain has now reinforced that goals mean that you don't achieve because you have no follow through. That's a loop. So we can change that first by being aware, then by putting the tools in place, which is now what we're going to move on to. So going over to, oh my God, there's so many tabs open now. Which tab am I on? Follow through. Okay, here we go. Share screen, follow through toolkit. Okay. Jeff, I can never say follow through now the same. No, don't say it. No. Okay, all right. So follow through toolkit. Now, these are going to be different for all of you, okay? So one rule is not going to work for everyone. So this is why I've included them all in. What's going on now? Da, 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 da. Oh no, that's not the right. Oh no, wait, we're doing that? No, sorry. We're on the base. Sorry, we're still on this one. Baseline. Oh no, wait, it's not letting me share. Resume, share. Example pack. Yeah, sorry, we're on this one now. The baseline. My minimum baseline planner. Okay, so these are for your low energy days. Again, this is all about follow through. So on the days that you're low motivation, don't feel like doing any of it, this is where we're going to start derailing. So what I'd like you to write down are 5 non-negotiables for your day, optional energy boosts, and things that I can let go of. So this is how we're going to make our goals stick, because we're going to plan when there is no motivation. Motivation doesn't magically happen. Motivation comes from doing. It comes from momentum. So when we have absolutely none of that, we've got to try and create it as best that we can. So the non-negotiables are the bare minimum actions that keep you okay. So these are mine: taking my medication, protein breakfast, morning walk outside with Coco, to the coffee shop, 1 bottle of water minimum per day, and then just because I really like tidying, 5-minute one surface reset. Optional energy boosts, they're nice to haves. They don't have to happen, but they're nice to have, and it does make the day a little bit easier. So we're going to add those in. And then things that I can let go of where you feel that you're pressuring yourself. So just stop that, let go of that. And what this is going to help with as well, guys, is avoiding that burnout, right? Which is where we all love to just go to so often. Because when your nervous system is stressed, your brain prioritizes survival, and that's it. And survival normally looks like staring at your phone on TikTok or staying in bed, right? That's survival to our modern brains right now. It's like, I'm just going to do absolutely nothing because that's what I need. The trouble with that is we're not optimizing anything at that point. So we have to build a plan that works for when your prefrontal cortex is basically completely offline. So when it's really tired, that's the front bit of your brain. When that's gone, nope, not having it today. This is to protect that, as I keep saying, momentum. So even on the days when you feel like doing absolutely nothing, just at least getting your non-negotiables in is momentum. And that keeps the brain going. It keeps the dopamine happy. It keeps you feeling like, I've got this, I'm on track. Let me know, guys, when you're ready to move on, or if you need any more help. Okay, ready? Funds. Follow through toolkit, spare pants, Jeffrey. Him struggling with optional boosts and things to let go of. Okay, so if anyone wants to share some optional boosts that you've added that I haven't got on there, and things that you'd like to let go of, so we can give other people some ideas. So my optional boosts are gym or walk, 45 minutes. I mean, the gym is everything to me. I can't tell you how not okay I am if I'm not in the gym. Like, I'm the most depressed, most sad person in the world. It's not that I'm a gym bunny and I absolutely love it. It's that it keeps my mental health so good. So that is a definite boost for me. 25-minute admin sprint, batch cook one meal, body double session, brain dump. An optional energy boost could be putting on your favorite song and dancing like nobody's watching. Calling up a friend and chatting to them, getting a life update from them. FaceTiming. Maybe teaching a dog a new trick. Some kind of little thing that you can go to that's a little energy booster. Having a cup of tea. Things I can let go of. Thinking that I need to have myself completely sorted. Feeling like I have to be where everyone else is at in life. Feeling like I should have this more under control. Can let go of that shit right now. Alrighty, is everyone ready? Yep. Okay. Alrighty, so motivation drop planner. So this is what I'd like you now to write down. So make a short list that starts with this sentence. When I lose focus, I will. You're not fixing the task, you're supporting the brain first. And this is the biggest piece of like what I'd like you to take away from here. The goal is not to get the task done. The goal is to support your ADHD brain first. So mine normally looks like deep breaths. I have to do so many deep breaths before this call because it's so complicated and I don't normally do calls like this where I'm switching between packs. And I was freaking out that it wouldn't make sense and it was all going to go AWOL. It might still be not making sense, but anyway. I had to do so many deep breaths. Stand up, stretch shoulders, environment reset. I did replant the cushions. That did make me feel better. Brain dump, close the extra tabs. Phone in another room for 10 minutes. That's such a good one. Lock the doom box away. Put that away for 10 minutes. My restart queue. So I don't think this is on your pack, but I just thought about this as I was going through it today again. So I have my little, wait, where is it? Wait, I have to get it. My little timer doodah. This thing comes out on like very low motivational days and when I'm just absolutely not getting into it. My little timer comes out. I love this one. Anyone else have this one? The gravity one? I freaking love this one. Look. So you put it on. So like, let's say 5 minutes. You just flip it to 5 minutes and then it counts down 5 minutes and you have the visual. Like 50 minutes, it will do 50 minutes. It's gravity activated. I love it. So that's my, yeah, 2 minute timer. It's actually only got a 5 minute timer on this one. But anyway, wait, hang on. It says up and down. Could I? Okay, not now. And then write down your reward. So your restart queue and then your reward. There's just some ideas. Thanks, Joe. Making great sense. Okay, everyone ready? If anyone wants to share their restart queues or any rewards, please feel free to share. All right, Jeff. A bit of stimming. What? What is that? I don't understand. What does a bit of stimming mean? Oh, a bit of stimming. Oh my God, Charlotte. Yeah, love a bit of a stim. Love it. Wait, hang on. Is that your reward or what are we talking about? Oh, as in were you just stimming?
Yeah, I sort of I'll have a little bit of a mad 5 minutes. Just stupid impressions, silly voices. I just like, yeah, it's not something you want anybody, to witness.
Love it.
But
Absolutely.
it's I don't know. It motivates, it resets, it soothes, it can do a whole bunch of weird and wonderful stuff.
Yeah, stimming's such a weird. It's such a okay. So stimming's a bit of a weird one because stimming can sometimes be it's normally a nervous system regulator. So I don't know if anyone's ever noticed, more probably like private clients where I'm like on one-on-one calls when I'm listening and I'm deep in thought, I'm chewing the crap out the inside of my mouth. I don't know why I do it. I've always done it, but it's not chewing. It's like, I don't know what it is. I do this constantly. I used to get in loads of trouble when I was in the choir for it because they'd be like, everyone's staring at you on stage and you're just sucking your mouth. Yeah, definitely. Bit of stimming. Anyone else got any rewards they want to share or restart cues?
Charlotte, sorry. Is this to do with this like motivation drop? Is this all related to like work? Or like life admin stuff, or is that like
Anything. This is just general. This is just your ADHD life in general.
right, okay.
But if there's something that you think about that you think, oh, my motivation really drops with that, then you can target it to that.
Sure. Okay.
This is quite hard to do with groups because everyone's going to be so individual and so different. It's hard to like pinpoint and get the language correct, but I'm hoping it's making sense. Okay, all right. So next bit is Friday check-ins. Again, this is something that helps because you've got the accountability. It's why I've added so many more body doubles to the club because accountability really works for us. Okay, when we know someone else is there, we feel supported. So gentle accountability check. What I will share. So progress sticks when it's shared. You don't need to be perfect or on track to check in. Sharing what's real helps your brain stay connected and supported. So it's about consistency, not pressure. So what I will share, my wobble, and then one thing that I've learned from that week. So I did one admin sprint and replied to the email I've been avoiding. I scrolled 2 nights and felt foggy the next day. That was my Friday, Saturday, where I stayed up till 2, 3 a.m. When I plan for low energy, I stay consistent. When I plan for perfect energy, I crash. So that's one thing that I learned. And then who will I check in with? So who will I share that with? You guys on the club, my mum or my sister. So just write down for you who that person will be that you will check in with. So this is accountability. So you can let this person know, these are my goals that I want to achieve. Here's what I'm sharing that has worked for this week. Here's the wobble that I had this week. Here's something that I've learned from it. Make sure this person that you're going to share it with is a non-judgmental person that's going to really just be there to hear you and see you and not criticize you or judge you or, yeah, let's make this a supportive person. Okay, now just because of the time, guys, I think I'm going to skip the 6-month vision map. You've got the copy of the 6-month vision map. I will give you the example, but I really want to just quickly go through the 2 different packs, just so that I've given you a little bit of explanation before I upload them. Just as an idea of my goals for the month, I don't want this to be so. I mean, look, if I was to put this to my business, it would be right. January, maybe I would have put, I don't know, earn an extra 5K this month. That's too lofty. It's too big. Those goals don't work. We need to make them really small, really specific. So in January, I'm going to do 1 25-minute admin sprint every Tuesday. It's going to be my goal for January. Just 1 25-minute admin sprint every Tuesday. Set up a drop zone by the door. Baseline sleep routine at least 3 nights a week. That's nice. It's small. It's tangible. It's something that I can definitely stick to in January. Does that make sense? So I'm going to send you that. You've actually already got the blank copy. If you guys can fill that in for your next sort of like 6 months ahead and think about what you actually really want to achieve in those 6 months. It also might be that you want to do it month by month. It's a little bit too overwhelming to do it like it all in one. You can do it month by month. Okay, follow through toolkit. All right. Oh, it's not sharing. Is it sharing now? Follow through toolkit. Okay, so 2-minute start method. So this is a quick 2-minute reset. So if you find yourself in your loop, so that thought pattern loop that we went over, you find yourself in that loop, I just want you to take a pause, open this pack up. What am I starting? My 2-minute action. So the task that I'm avoiding or putting off, write it down. Why this matters. If it's like cleaning the dishes, you don't really need to write down why it's important to clean the dishes. So just ignore that bit. The very first physical step, setting a 2-minute timer, and then the next action. When the timer ends, I will stop or continue only if I want to. Okay. So this is just your way of tracking it and seeing if it's working. After the 2 minutes, what did I do? Did I continue or stop? How do I feel now? Color it in or tick. Again, what we're doing here is we're building up that confidence in yourself that you have the ability to know how you feel and how to take action. The done list. So this, sorry, as I was saying before, what motivates you is going to be different for everyone. So I'm not saying do all of these. I'm saying do one that appeals the most. And it might be there's a different one that appeals on different days. Okay, so oh, no worries, Ashley. Nice to see you. The done list. So just writing a list and then getting to put a little tick next to it. I freaking love a tick list. I really do. It just helps my brain keep it all nice, compartmentalized, ticking it off and going through. Something I'm proud of that I completed today, something that felt harder than it looked. Again, raising that awareness. The weekly review. So looking back, what did I finish or follow through on? What moved me forward even slightly? What felt heavier or more draining than I expected? What I'm noticing, so the pattern, something that worked better than expected, something I'll do differently next time. This is all about bringing more awareness to your behavior. With more awareness to your behavior, that's how we can, to change the behavior, we need more awareness to it happening in the first place. And this is how we do it. And then the distraction reset. So if you have got distracted, if you were on the, sorry, my text is right over the screen. When your focus slips, reset without judgment and gently continue. So step 1, name it. What pulled my attention or stopped me? So for me, it's normally my phone. Notification came in, phone call came in. What distracted me? So noticing what pulled your attention or pulled you away. Step 2, ground it. So grounding your body, feet flat on the floor, 1 slow breath, look at something still, unclench jaw, drop shoulders, get into your body, drop into your body. And then step 3, redirect gently, return to 1 small action. And then naming it. So how long you're going to actually work on it for. Okay, so this is follow through. So this is when you're setting your goals. This is how we're going to follow through on them. So you've got to choose a system that you think is going to work for you. So these are like this is more about actually going in and actioning. And then the weekly planner, share desktop, no, weekly planner. Again, is like based on how you like to plan your weeks, it's going to look different. So we've got this style of weekly planner where we're looking at dopamine first. So Monday, let's say, for instance, Tuesday, my dopamine was super high today because I was really excited to do this call and see everyone, first club call of the day. So my dopamine was super high. So top 3 priorities, rest, anchor, and what I'm grateful for. Writing them down, doing them day by day. Energy-based planner. So some people, it's better to map your energy rather than your tasks. Claire, I know that you're more of an energy-based planner girl. So this worked really well for you, blocking out your time and energy. So rather than looking at, I've got to spare 2 hours on Tuesday, I'm going to get X, Y, and Z done. Actually, we're looking at, okay, well, where's my energy at? Do I have the energy to do this? So you might be more of an energy-based planner, so you need to look at this one. Task focused layout planner. So this is someone that needs a little bit more direction and clarity in what to do. So if you just don't know what you're supposed to be doing, like where to start, this is great for you. So must do's, could do, delegate or drop. We can't put it in all delegate and drop. Okay, guys, we do need to keep to these top two. So here are my must do's for the week. Here are my could do's, my delegates and my drops. That's a duplicate. Great. Oh, and then again, going back to your distraction reset. So distraction reset, I've put on both packs because I want you to start being really conscious of when you're getting distracted and what's pulling you to a side. What is pulling you out of actually achieving these goals? Okay, does that make... Oh, yeah. Okay, so going back up to this one, actually, rest anchors. So I like this for my day. This is how I typically would plan my day out. There's always a rest anchor in my day. I don't know if anyone's done the full coach with me, you'll see my like calendars. There's always a big chunk of green in there, and that is a rest anchor. If I don't have that, my energy's off, and I'll burn out. So I've put some examples of rest anchors down at the bottom. So quickly, like 5 to 15 minute anchors, and then you've got longer anchors in there. I mean, they're super simple, like 3 long exhales, hand on chest, step outside for air for 2 minutes. Like these are very small little things that you can anchor into your routine. They just help keep your nervous system and your brain activated and online in the way that we want it to be online. Sensory rest, so this is for overstimulation. If people drain you, so social, or certain people in the office, family members. Weekend rest anchors for restless brain. So if you're someone that can't sit and watch TV, if you're someone that's like, I can't sit and watch film, I'm too anxious, this is probably for you. Rest anchors for parents. 10 minutes tea while kids are playing. So deliberately give them a fresh new toy just as your tea is ready to be drunk. Let them just be occupied for 10 minutes and just sit and enjoy that tea. Sit outside while the kids run around. Early bedtime, 2 nights a week. So yeah, wherever you're at, there are different anchors for you to have a look at and incorporate into your plan for getting your goals done. Okay. Does that all make sense? Does anyone have any questions?
Sorry, me again. I keep speaking out tonight. I'm really sorry. Something I was going to ask you, how, I know you said about rest anchors and things like that. I really struggle with like, sometimes I just want to sit down and watch telly and just rest and do nothing, but my head starts going and my chatter in my head keeps going. How do I rest when I just really want to do nothing, but I can't switch off mentally? Do you know what I mean? Because I don't necessarily want to be doing anything. I haven't got the energy to be drawing or painting or coloring or knitting or, you know what I mean? What am I supposed to do?
So when you're in that state where you don't want to be doing a focused rest, but you're still activated, but you can't, but even when you're lying still, you're too activated. So unfortunately, you do need to do something in order to then enjoy the rest. So even if it is a quick 3 rounds of 4, 7, 8 breath, just 3 rounds, it takes what? 4, 7, 8. How many seconds is that? Come on, guys, quick maths. 4 seconds, 7 seconds, 8 seconds, 26 seconds.
Well,
someone's got to be good at math. Come on.
Shocking.
Right, am I muting everyone? Someone give me the answers. What is it? 7 plus 4 plus 6. Guys, 5 is 10. 6, 7, 8.
17?
17.
17.
17.
What? 4, 7, 8.
Yeah.
I was doing 6, 7, 8, 4.
Wait, the breath is in for 4, hold for 7, out for 8.
I don't know where I got 6 from.
Anyway,
Yes.
I love that I've just got absolutely hyper-focused on the numbers there. Sorry. Do that. You need to start with your nervous system first. If you cannot relax in a state of I'm really enjoying just being here lying still. It's because you're too activated. And unfortunately, lying still is going to make that worse. So you need to do something to first soothe your nervous system. The breath is going to be the most powerful and quickest way to get you back in there, or the tapping.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
still lie and do nothing and just be like
Yeah.
doing nothing.
Ooh,
Yeah. Because I'll sit there and I'll start thinking about when I bumped into so and so in Tesco and what did I say to her, and did I come across as a bit too oversharey, and oh, I've got work tomorrow. I wonder what work's going to be. Like I start going over everything in my head.
Okay, so then maybe you need to start with a brain dump.
Yeah.
So they're all on the resets as well, on the rest anchors, and they're also on the like my boost. One of my boost packs is a brain dump. I need a brain dump quite a lot, otherwise my brain loves to start running all the stories.
Yeah.
You need to go brain dump first, a little bit of breath work, and then actually intentionally sit and be like, I'm going to enjoy sitting and doing nothing for 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's it. I just want to
Um,
enjoy it. I want to enjoy it and actually feel like I'm getting something from it.
yeah, 100%.
so what I did do, Charlotte. You know, on your Insta thing, you put something up on Instagram. I forget what it was now. My brain gone. But the piece of music you attached to it, a Jason Favento, been and downloaded some of his shit. Quite cool. We'll play it when I'm
Nice. Love that.
play it when I'm driving. Very calming.
So, okay, guys, what I would love from you, just very quickly before we go, I just want you to choose, first of all, your January step. So, your first January step. This isn't about being perfect. It's just about just choosing one little tiny conscious step that you can take in January to going towards these goals that you've written down. If you can share it on the chat, that would be great. Oh, I love that, Joe. Sometimes I chew gum and that quietens my mind, or listen to bilateral stimulation music. Love that. Love that. So we've got just get started on my projects. Start planning a trip. Ooh, that's exciting. Prepare to start my coaching course this Thursday. Let's go, Jeff.
Yep, my name is Jeff. So
Anyone else want to share their first step this January? Okay, and Claire, just
Hello.
started on my projects.
Yes.
I want you to remove that just.
Just get started. Get started.
Okay, kind language with yourself, please. I'm going to start this project. I'm going to start it.
Yeah, because it's no big deal and I can do it. So I'm just going to get started.
Fine, I love this. And how are you going to do it? What's your first step?
I am, so my two projects I'm learning to crochet, and the end goal is to be able, I have this really nice bag that's crocheted out of t-shirt yarn and I want to be able to make that.
Love this.
Apparently it's a very simple pattern and I want to be able to do that for June, for a gift to my cousin's fiance.
Oh my God.
Um,
Okay, write that. Okay, that's like a big goal and it's
It
so emotionally loaded.
And I've put it into the universe. I've told my mother so she can hold me accountable. And my first step in that was I ordered a how to crochet kit with it has a guide and videos and all the yarn you need.
Oh, I love this. Okay, so
And
your
then
first step is what?
so my first step is just ordering that shit
Okay,
and
great. Write that down.
opening
So
it.
order yarn.
Yeah.
all
And then
yours
my
is
other
there.
one is
All
I
yours.
am for my sister's wedding present, I'm embroidering her some napkins with some like symbols from her wedding.
Stop. Oh God, that actually makes me really emotional. That's so kind.
Claire, put it on club when you've ordered your shit. You got to put it on there. I want to see it. I'll look for
If no one steals the parcel, Jeff, I'll put up a photo of the parcel.
it.
Oh, I love it. God, that's yeah, that's That's a lot of
Yeah.
effort there, Claire. It's
So
a
I
lot
need
of
to
effort.
go get the embroidery hoop that's going to fit this pattern.
Okay, so they're your first steps. Write them down. Super simple.
Yep.
Get them done. Joe, same as Stephanie's, schedule exercise and keep it up. Okay, yeah. So scheduling exercise and writing time. So with exercise, again, you might be someone that needs to tailor to your energy. So for instance, today I knew I had this club call. I've been working on these packs for quite a while. There was like a lot of energy that was taken up going into this and then making sure it was all going to run. And I knew this was going to go on for the evening. I knew today was not the day to go and do a 10K spin and heavyweight training. So I went and did like Pilates instead. So you've got to, if with ADHD, we do need to tailor our energy to what's going on around us. Like, so when we're looking at scheduling exercise, really look at what's realistic in the week for me to do. And a 20-minute walk is also exercise. Like, it doesn't have to be I'm going in the gym and I'm killing myself for an hour and a half or an hour, whatever. It can just be a 20-minute walk around the block. Okay. What I would like, no, I'm wondering. So I want us all to stay accountable to this. And I'm wondering if on the club, if we can all stay accountable, would it help if I did a Friday check-in on the club every Friday where I said Friday check-in and you guys can comment what's worked for you in that week towards your goals, what hasn't worked, what you've learned, what blah blah blah, whatever, to try and keep that momentum and keep you accountable.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So this Friday will be your first check-in. Let's aim to have something going towards our goals by this Friday. Even if it's just a plan, that is enough. Again, we're not aiming for perfection. We're just aiming for steady momentum. Alrighty. Cool. All right, team. Does everyone feel like you've got a bit of a plan?
Yeah.
Did that all make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Great call, Charlotte. It's been brilliant. This new setup. You've kept us all under in check for a
Oh
full.
no, I kept it all on mute. It's all on
Yeah.
mute. Can you imagine
Yeah,
how
I got
long that-
asked what happens in ADHD club. I was like, I don't know, we just all talk over each other.
That's normally what happens. But there we will have like Friday fuck up calls will be our calls when we just all get on and chat absolute shit. But I think with the coaching calls now, I'm going to try and keep us a little bit more.
When is the next one?
Fuck
Sorry,
up.
Jeff.
Let me have a look.
Fuckery, absolutely.
I always feel really naughty saying that out loud, but then I have to remember I'm an adult and I'm actually allowed to swear. Okay, the next call is ADHD Club calendar.
Next Fuck Up Friday is on the 16th at 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, there it is. Thank you, Jeff.
What about the coachings? I can never do the Friday ones because I'm at work.
So we're not doing those anymore. So instead, what we're doing is there are 3 calls a day for body doubling at set days, but it doesn't actually matter what time you attend the call because you can click on any of those links and they'll run 24 hours a day. Like you just open it up, set your timer, and go for whatever work you need to get done. Even if you're on there alone, I've done it this week, just being actually Sunday I was on there on my own. And it didn't really matter. No one else was on the call. It was like the conscious thought that someone could come on the call. I was like more motivated to keep like working and like being focused. But then there are set times so that, you know, if we can all try and make them, then there'll be more people involved and you feel, you know.
What about the next group coaching call? Is there another group coaching scheduled yet on?
So group coaching is normally the first Tuesday of every month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's February the 3rd, Kimberly.
Cool. Okay.
Wait. Actually, no, wait. Sorry, when is it?
It's the February the 3rd, 7:30 to 8:30.
Oh, 3rd. Okay, I thought you said 13th, and I was like, no, that doesn't work.
No.
I'm in Miami.
Oh, wow.
Going to Miami. It's not normally a place I'd ever pick, but my friend's living there and she was like, it's boat week and we can go and stay at my cousin's place in the Keys. And I was like, oh, if I must.
Oh, wow. That sounds
Are you
amazing.
joining us from a bloody boat in Miami?
And BA did a mega sale and I got
the BA sale is so good.
How good is that? 360 quid return.
So good.
Really good.
I'm actually just happy
So
because
good.
my flights back to London were less than 100 quid.
It's so good. It's so good. I mean, if it can cost £700 to go to Ibiza. I mean, I haven't booked that ticket, but I'm not doing it. I refuse to spend that much to go to Ibiza. No.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, we're doing it again. Okay. All right. It was so nice to see everybody. And I'm really excited to watch you all achieve your goals this year. We're all going to do it together. We're all going to be supported. And yeah, it's going to be great.
Thank you so much, Charlotte.
All right, team. See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye, guys.